Hey guys. Okay, so today's video is going to be a baby update video. When was the last time I did this? I'm looking now and I did a life/baby update 4 months ago. I actually didn't think that I would be making another baby update like so close to the other one. I mean, 4 months, but still. But there is so much that has changed. And not only that, there's definitely some things that I want to talk about that can maybe bring awareness to those of you that have kids. I mean, it's just something we're going through as a family with Noah that maybe you're going through as well. And you know, maybe we could start a conversation and just figure out the best way to go about this. But anyway, I'll get into that in a little bit. However, I do want to thank today's sponsor, Lively, for partnering with me on this video. Thank you so much. So Lively is a lingerie brand that is inspired by activewear and swimwear, so it's very, very comfortable. I'm going to show you on the screen a video of the bralette that I use every single day. I can't show it to you in my hand because I'm wearing it right now. As a mom, it is honestly more important now than it has ever been to be comfortable every single day. I honestly can't just be doing my daily activities and having my boobs simultaneously squish at the same time in like a death vice. Bras can hurt, okay? And I need to be comfortable. I still feel like I'm supported and you know, there's padding, so I don't feel like anything weird's gonna happen, but it is so comfortable and I can barely even feel it. This is a brand created by women for women. It was actually created by an ex-Victoria's Secret employee, which I think is amazing. All bras on the website are $35 and under. It does not go above that, no matter the size. So the sizing goes from 32A to 44 triple D, and all of the sizes are gonna be the same price. You're not gonna have to pay more for sizing. They don't just have bralettes, they have actual, you know, padded bras, push-up bras, strapless bras. They have so much variety. So if you guys wanna join me and get a comfortable, breathable, affordable bra for once in your life, click the link down below to get $10 off your first order with Lively. I'm really happy to be working with you guys. So thank you so much to Lively for sponsoring this video. But yeah, okay, let's just get into the baby update. So I actually wanna start off by talking about the thing that I think is the most important to talk about, and that's not necessarily the funnest, but we did realize that Noah is not developing properly with speech. So he's not talking at all, pretty much. He babbles a lot. He babbles all day long. He used to say words. He used to say mama and dada and no and mas, like, which means more in Spanish. He used to say that. He doesn't anymore. And now he'll say mama if he's like really upset, maybe. Not even, honestly. He does say dada the most. So he'll say dada like when he's babbling, but he'll also say it when referencing Nasim. So like if Nasim is coming to tickle him, he'll scream like dada, dada, like that. But that's the only word that he uses at an appropriate time, if that makes sense. Every other word is kind of like a coincidental thing. And if you have a kid, you can probably relate to this. Like they say words coincidentally a lot and you don't know as a parent, like, do I count that? Like he said mama, but he's like just eating. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. He is really trying though. Like he really tries to form words. You'll hear him go like goo, goo, you know, like really trying to say like G's and O's and like trying to form words, but it's just not working for him. So we started realizing that he was delayed in speech a while back. We do have a really close friend who has a daughter who's also delayed in speech. So when he started getting to the age where they realized that she had a speech delay, it kind of like clicked in my brain where I was like, oh, I think he does too. But also watching my other friends from like high school and stuff who have kids that are a week apart from Noah in age and are speaking, like actually speaking. Not necessarily sentences, but they repeat after you. If you like say good morning, they say good morning and things like that. And Noah does not do that. He does not repeat after me. So basically, long story short, we are taking him to speech therapy. He's starting in the beginning of July. So that's something that, you know, was very important for us to get him in right now. There's kind of a belief with certain people that it's just like, oh, you know, maybe he's just not ready to talk. And then one day he's just going to start talking and surprise you. And that could happen, but I think that he's already at an age where he should be saying things and he's not. And so that's something that's important for us, like an early intervention type of situation. I mean, he's turning 2. It's not even that early of an intervention. He should have been talking by now. And it's really important for them to communicate themselves, especially at this age. He gets so frustrated. You know, he shows us things, like he'll take us to whatever he wants. He'll point. He makes it very clear what he wants. You want me to open? You want me to open? Okay. Noah. But he can't ask for it. So what happens is, like, for instance, he wants to go on the balcony all the time. He loves to hang out on the balcony. We just sit there with him. And there's sometimes where we maybe can't go on the balcony. Maybe it's too late, maybe it's cold, maybe it's raining, which go figure. LA waits until I move here to start raining. But the point is, there's reasons sometimes as to why we do not let him go on the balcony. And so he'll take us there, look at me, go like try to speak, but then I tell him, no, like we're not gonna go on the balcony, and he completely loses it. Which of course tantrums are really normal for kids this age, but I can feel his frustration of not feeling like he's heard or not feeling like he's communicating or like I understand him. And I recognize it because my brother had the same thing. My brother could not talk until he was like 4 or something like that. And he would get so frustrated because he never thought that we knew what he wanted. Even if we did and we were telling him no in like an appropriate time, like he thought we didn't know what he wanted. So basically I just wanted to start off with that Noah definitely is speech delayed. It's something that we've taken well. I mean, it's nothing that intervention and, you know, therapy and stuff can't help. He's a really smart kid, developmentally in every other way. He's really, you know, good. Like he's where he needs to be. But yeah, so we start speech very soon. If you guys want me to update you maybe a few months after he starts speech therapy and like our experience with it, I would be happy to do that. I know a lot of people, especially with kids nowadays, for some reason, so many are, you know, delayed in a lot of ways. I feel like it's very difficult for parents, especially it was difficult for us too in our own way to like accept that there is something wrong developmentally with your kid. That is the last thing that you want. But it's not always like a dreadful diagnosis. You know, they're still healthy, they're still them. It's just that they need a little bit of help to advance to where they need to go. Point is, just wanted to bring that up, and that's what's mainly happening with Noah. But other than that, he is a typical toddler. He is really smart in a very scary way. If he wants something and we don't give it to him, he will wait until we're not looking for a split second, find a way to get that thing, and then run away and hide in a corner. And it's just scary. I mean, we've baby-proofed our house as much as we possibly can, but at the end of the day, like we have a TV in our living room, and then all of a sudden he's eating the HDMI cord, and you're like, why do I suck as a parent? I even put those little outlet plugs inside of the outlets, and he took all of them out. Have you ever heard of that? Is that a thing? My son figured out in one day how to take out all the outlet plugs from the outlets. So there's a lot of you who despise when I talk about astrology, but warning, I'm gonna talk about astrology very briefly. Noah is a Leo, just like me, and wow, it shows. Like, it so shows. I can't even deal with it. I'll do this thing where I'll just start like chanting his name, like Noah, Noah, and he just gets so pumped. He's like, yeah! Like, he literally starts like screaming, clapping, twirling in circles, like, this is what dreams are made of. Yeah, you got the power. You got the power, got the power. You got the power, got the power. You got the power. He absolutely loves attention. If any of you are curious, he's a Leo sun, Cancer moon, and a Leo rising, so he's a mess. He's got a sweet side to him for sure. There'll be times like last night, he just went up to me, kissed me, ran to Nasim, kissed him, ran to me, kissed me. Like, he just did it like 7 times. It was the most amazing thing ever. He has the juiciest lips. But he only does that on his terms. Like, when he wants to love you, that's when he'll do it. Otherwise, back off, bitch. He's also so rough. Oh my God. I don't know how to properly like explain to you guys how insanely super strong this kid is. It's scary. If I'm trying to hold something from him that he's not supposed to have, like my coffee, which he wants all the time, which obviously I never give him, but he wants it every day. He wants to grab my coffee, he wants to drink it. I have to like hide from him because he's so strong that in order to get him not to knock it out of my hand, I have to like full force him. I've gotten good at managing when he's doing his tantrums though. I call it the exorcist. Because when you pick up a screaming toddler, they like arch their back and they just like, they go buck wild, like they look crazy. So I've gotten good at that just because, again, I did that a lot with my little brother who has autism. He used to throw crazy fits, and then also he was very strong. So like I know how to grab him. It's usually like one leg up, one leg down, and I just like support his head and just like try to get to where I'm going because he's just completely losing his shit, which he does for almost anything at this point. I mean, the tantrums are so constant and so intense. I mean, again, we're approaching the terrible twos. This is totally normal. You know, in the beginning it was alarming, I'm not gonna lie, and also super draining. Me and Nasim have both gotten better at pretty much ignoring them unless he is actually like hitting himself or like hits his head on the floor. Like I just kind of let him do his thing, and it has honestly cut his tantrum time in half. Like he'll realize that nobody cares about like the show he's putting on, and he'll literally just go from crying to like looking at us and just being like, all right, whatever. The more attention I do give him, I've realized he completely acts out a billion times more. And it's a weird like line that I walk, because I don't want him to think that like his parents don't care or like we're ignoring him when he's feeling upset, but I also don't want to like fuel fire to that kind of behavior, because you know, as he gets older, I want to explain to him like there's ways to deal with things and there's ways to not deal with things, and throwing yourself on the floor is not a way to deal with things. I was actually telling Nassim this the other day too. I was like, dude, I used to judge parents so hardcore when their kids would be screaming at the top of their lungs on Target and they would just be doing nothing. Like they would just be completely like if that kid did not exist, and I used to judge them. I used to be like, that's ridiculous. But honestly, that's what you got to do sometimes, because they don't give up. Oh, if you give them attention, they don't give up. There's been times where I've looked at him and I've been like, how much more could you cry? And then he goes for longer. Oh my God, we got his haircut the other day. He screams the entire haircut. Not only screams, he completely like moves like crazy. The ladies with the scissors, I'm like, ah! I have to like hold his head. Nassim has to hold his arms. It's horrible. Oh my God, I hate getting him haircuts, which I understand. It's definitely like a sensory overload. You know, like when you have hair that's being cut, you're getting all itchy, and I know that bothers him, but he doesn't give up. Like not even after like 20 minutes, he's just going strong. And then the second we leave, he's fine. Like completely fine, like nothing happened. He does get over things quick, but wow, he could throw a tantrum. What else? I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my last baby update, but he has become the pickiest eater ever. He used to like have a smoothie every day, and you know, there were things that we could sneak in there, and now we have to hide vegetables like it's nobody's business. Like we have to hide, you cannot see them. For now, he'll still eat like lentils, for instance. So like when I'm making the lentils, I'll like sneak a bunch of vegetables in the broth and shit just to try to get him some veggies. Other than that, we just pretty much sprinkle everything he eats with chia, flax, hemp seeds, nutritional yeast. Like we're just completely like soaking everything he eats in it, because he doesn't want to eat anything. As a parent who feeds their kid primarily a plant-based diet, it is something I have to be super careful about. And if he's not getting things in one way, I have to be sure he's getting it in another. And you need to be hyper aware of like what nutritions they are getting. Toddlers eat like shit. Everyone knows that, but you have to find ways to get them their nutrients, because at this point in their life, it is so important for them. So that's something I'm constantly stressed about, which is great. I didn't say this on the internet, and I'm not going to talk about it for a very long time, but basically my mom, my stepdad, and my little brother, they moved back to Miami for multiple reasons. It's nothing like a drama in the family. Nothing like that. We all love each other. I miss them very much, but they had to move back. So we were actually all living in this house together. So now it's much more empty, and we were able to put Noah in his own room because he was sleeping with us, and he's sleeping a lot better, and so are we. Honestly, I was so scared to put him in his own room. I know it's like super late in the game. Like he's about to turn 2. He should have probably been in a room a long time ago, but we never felt comfortable with it. We had an extra room in our old apartment, the worst apartment ever, but we didn't want to put him in there. I had this like weird fear that the monitor would stop working at night and then something weird would happen and I wouldn't know about it, and I couldn't deal with that. But ever since he did start sleeping in his own room, it's been amazing. Wow. 10 out of 10 recommend. You know, me and Nassim are able to come to the room and like talk and like brush our teeth loud and go to the bathroom, even shower if we want to before bed. Like before, we used to have to do that all before he went to sleep because he is a light sleeper. So he would always hear us when we came in the room. So now he completely sleeps through the night. Usually there is rare times, like last night he actually woke up I think at 4 in the morning and I gave him milk and put him back to bed. But usually he sleeps through the entire night. We've been putting him to bed around 10, which I know is pretty late for a kid, but if we put him to bed any earlier than that, he's up at like 5 in the morning. I don't know why, but if we put him to bed at 10, he wakes up like a good time, like 8 or 7. I think that him just being away from like my snoring and like us just moving in the sheets, like that all is bothersome like when you're a baby. So like him just not having our bullshit while we're sleeping, like he sleeps really great. And like I said, we do too. So love that. Oh man, another thing I forgot to say when I was talking about like how rough he is, I am so scared for like when he starts interacting with other kids, because when we go to the playground, he is rough. Like he's rough, and of course we redirect him and we let him know like, no, you go gentle and all that stuff. But like especially when it comes to little baby girls, and I'm not just saying that like, oh, he only likes girls, but like genuinely he doesn't pay attention to guys. Like if a little kid comes up to him his age, he like could not care less. But if it's a little girl, he will chase her, like literally chase her, and like grab and like want to hug and kiss and all that stuff. And I'm like, no, oh my God. It is my living nightmare. Of course, we tell him no. Of course, we do not allow him to do that. But he gets pissed, he throws tantrums. He just doesn't know how to interact with kids yet. And I've seen other kids his age, they're not all as rough. But here's the thing, I was really rough as a kid and Nasim was too. Like they used to call me Bam Bam because I was a disaster. Like I would break things and he's just like me. So I'm hoping that it's something he'll grow out of. And like obviously the more he gets exposed to kids his age, he'll be like more understanding, I guess, of how he's supposed to handle other people and that he's not supposed to be that rough or like invade people's space. I've tried bringing him to those like gyms, you know, like baby gyms where they have classes and stuff like that, but that has always gone horribly because for some reason when we go to things like that, I think he just gets overwhelmed. He doesn't want to hang out with any kid. And not only that, he always gets sick when he goes to those places. It's like all those places tell you, we clean the toys every day, we do this, we don't allow sick kids here. Bullshit. My kid gets sick every single time he goes to one of those little baby gym shits. So no more. Now we just take him out once a day at least, if not twice a day, depending on like how he's feeling. And we usually take him to the park, which doesn't have a lot of kids in it or anything. It's usually pretty empty. So he just like runs in a field. So it doesn't give him a lot of interaction with kids. I want to get him in like swimming lessons or something. Can you guys suggest something to me to like help him integrate into a normal kid world? Maybe there's like a program I don't know about. Maybe there's something cool that worked for your kid. But yeah, I would love to put him in something like that that can definitely like help him just understand boundaries and like how to interact with kids. That would be great. But yeah, I mean, other than that, we're figuring it out. As always, it is not easy being a parent. The older you get, the more you realize how careful you have to be about everything. You have to be careful about the things you say, the things you do around them. He is always watching us. He's watching every move we make. And now it's like so apparent and it's getting really scary. We're just trying to do this right and it's hard and I always think I'm doing something wrong. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I love filming these types of videos. I'm not sure if you guys like them, but I really do. It just feels like we're having a conversation and a lot of you guys have been there since the beginning, since Noah was born, since before Noah was born, like, you know what I'm talking about. And it's just so insane to like sit here and like tell you, my kid's about to turn 2. Like I don't know what happened, guys, but it's amazing. I've been a mom for almost 2 years now and my son's doing great, so suck it, haters. It's weird to remember all the people who genuinely were like, oh my God, like Jesse's gonna fuck this up. Like how's she gonna do this? It's like, thanks a lot. But anyway, I keep rambling on. I'm gonna bring Noah in. You know, I have to bring him towards the end because he's crazy. He's gonna be on camera for 2 seconds and he's gonna jump. So let's see how long we can get him to sit down for. Oh God, he hates life right now. He's, no, my life.
Yo.
Hold on, wait. Can you say hi to the people? Look, stand up so they can see how big you are. Noah? Noah, say hi. Oh, Jesus. Can you say hi? Hi, everybody. Hi. No. 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 Ah. Okay, what if mommy gives you a lip gloss? Can we exchange? Look. Is that amazing or what? Well, you saw him. He does not want to sit still for 2 seconds.
Oh, no.
Not even 2 seconds. No.
Bye-bye. No, bye-bye.
Bro, he doesn't give a shit, man.
No.
He doesn't give a shit. Noah, this whole video is about you. You're so ungrateful. All right, well, that was great. Bye-byes. What happened? Oh, boy. Welcome to my life. So Nasim took him downstairs. He's completely throwing a tantrum. He was not about this life. He did not want to be on camera. And not only that, he wants to be in my makeup closet. He knows that there's a lot of makeup in there that he's not supposed to be touching. And when I don't let him in there, he loses it. And right now, he's losing it. Anyway, guys, I have to end the video here. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I know a lot of you guys have kids now too. So if you want to share your experiences or updates with your kids, I would love to personally read them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for caring about Noah and just, you know, it means a lot to me. So thank you. Please subscribe if you're new here and I will see you next time. Bye.